Alright me babbers, my name's Tomian and welcome to a brand new video where today I'll be counting down my top 10 favourite Mega Evolutions in Pokemon. Now before this video starts, I just want to say a few rules. Number one is that most of the Pokemon on this list is purely based off looks. I am aware of their stats and that is why some of them are higher up than others, but most of them is just purely based on looks, and that'll become clearer a bit later on. The second one is that there'll be no shiny Pokemon involved in this list. I decided to do that for another video. And the third rule is that this is completely my opinion, so there's no real fact involved. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Number 10, we have Mega Absol. Now, Absol as a normal Pokemon is an Ice Dark type, and I think that's a really quite powerful typing, Dark being one of my favourite typings, and Ice just being a really kind of majestic typing. I think those two really work well together, and the look of this Pokemon is amazing, with the wings, with that little like hair coming down. It looks really majestic and kind of quite heavenly, and that's kind of contradicting the Dark type, and it's just a really cool Pokemon. At number 9, we have Mega Electrike. Now, this Pokemon might not look as good as others, but to me, I think it looks just fantastic. Electrike, when I first saw this Pokemon, I loved it straight away. I mean, its electric type is a really cool typing, and Electrike is probably one of my favourites of that typing, and this Mega Evolution with those lightning bolts at the back just looks really powerful, and that is why it's at number 9. Number 8, we have Mega Garchomp. Now this Pokemon relates to the rules that I was saying earlier on about the stats, because this Pokemon has been given a lot of criticism about its stats. Even though its all attack stats and all defense stats actually go up by quite a lot, its speed stat actually goes down from a really powerful 102 to still good but not as good 90. So this means that most good powerful Pokemon will outspeed this. So that's why it's not as far down the list, but the look of it is still just superb. I mean, with those massive claws and the spikes coming out of his legs, I mean, it's one of the best looking dinosaur Pokemon, I suppose, ever, and that's why it's perfect. Coming in at number 7, we have Mega Steelix. Now, Steelix as a normal Pokemon is a really powerful looking Pokemon. It's really quite intimidating, and it would be really hard to top that with a Mega Evolution, but they have topped it, like with the crystals coming out of it. I mean, it looks even more powerful and intimidating. It is one of the best or more surprising Mega Evolutions, because no one was really expecting it to be as good as normal Steelix, but they have made it just as beautiful. Number 6, we have Mega Gengar. This is again one of those kind of Pokemon where the original is just a really powerful looking Pokemon and really good, even though it's simplicity. But this is just amazing with its middle eye and its scary looking face. I mean, and that red kind of fading into the arms and bottom half. I mean, it just looks really scary, and it's kind of misty and ghostly, obviously. And it's shiny as well with the white. I mean, it kind of looks not as good as this, but it's still a really powerful Pokemon. Number 5, we have Mega Mewtwo. Mega Mewtwo X to be more specific, because it was a really kind of hard choice between Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y. Me personally actually having a Mega Mewtwo Y in Pokemon Y, but I personally just prefer the look of Mega Mewtwo X just because it looks more powerful in my opinion, because it kind of looks like it has a suit of armor on, and it looks more intimidating than Mega Mewtwo Y, and that is why it's at number 5. At number 4, we have Mega Lucario. Now, Lucario is my favourite Pokemon ever, as you could have seen from my last video. But Mega Lucario, I mean, it's still such a powerful Pokemon, but I do prefer more Mega Evolutions. Me having a Lucario in every single Pokemon game that has Mega Evolutions, I do actually have a Mega Lucario, and it has served me really, really well. But it's just not as good as the top 3. So let's get into them. Third position, we have Mega Charizard X. I'm pretty sure this Pokemon will be on every single Mega Evolutions list, because it does look so powerful with those blue flames coming out of its mouth and those little spikes coming out of its shoulder and the spiky wings. I mean, it does look like a really powerful Pokemon. I think Blue and Black really work together, and Charizard already being a powerful Pokemon, this is just superb. I mean, it kind of lets it down a bit in its shiny form, green, but I mean the red still looks powerful, and as a Pokemon altogether, the Pokemon does scream power, shiny or not, and that is why it's at number 3. Coming in at number 2, perhaps surprisingly, Mega Rayquaza. Now, most people would put this at the number 1 spot, but this is only at number 2. Most people look at this Pokemon and expect it to be the god of all Pokemon, really. But it's not. But despite that, it is one of the most powerful Pokemon I think ever. It has ridiculous stats with those flames coming out of it as well, and it's shiny. Me personally, I think it's the best looking Pokemon ever. Out of every single Pokemon, shiny, Mega, normal, this Mega Rayquaza is the best looking, and this Mega Rayquaza shiny would be at number 1, but I decided to save that for another video, so it's only at number 2. Now, on the number 1 spot goes to Mega Blaziken. Now, I did touch on this in my top 10 favourite Pokemon when I was talking about Blaziken, but this Pokemon, I mean, I think this is pretty sure the first Mega Pokemon I ever saw, and at the time Blaziken was my favourite Pokemon, so automatically this was my favourite, and ever since then it has actually been my favourite. I mean, I can't really describe it. Fair enough, it doesn't look as good as Mega Rayquaza, but this is at number 1 just for the place in my heart. I mean, it still looks better than most Mega Evolutions. Blaziken being a really powerful, good looking Pokemon, they've made it much more better with the black and red and orange flames coming out of its arms. I mean, it is really powerful. Thank you guys for watching this video. This has been my top 10 favourite Mega Evolutions. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you